Hello everybody, welcome to I Command. This is TV Boy, and we've got something a little bit different for you all today, and hopefully something that I can continue doing. I know that this is something that a lot of my viewers, especially those who don't play skirmish but are more on the campaign-oriented side, have been wanting to see, and that's me playing through that campaigns, the actual missions. I do a lot of campaign content, not because I'm particularly interested in it. I've played campaign for years, and I kind of got my fill, and I enjoy the skirmish mode a lot more now. But um, I know a lot of you, we're getting new players every day, I think. I like to say that for Imperial Assault. And I know a lot of you haven't really gotten into skirmish yet, and you're still kind of getting through the campaign, and this campaign's still new and fresh to a lot of people. And I totally respect that, and I do want to create content that brings people into the game, be it campaign or skirmish. I don't care. Imperial Assault's awesome, however you decide to play it. That being said, I want to make more content for you campaign players. It also helps that I am now a YouTube partner, and I get compensated for the number of views, and absolutely campaign content outnumbers my skirmish content in views probably about 6-1. So definitely motivated to make more content like this now that I've reached 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank all of you who subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, getting it to other people who maybe don't know this channel exists yet and aren't on the internet but like Imperial Assault. Anyway, as you can see on the screen there, I've got the app open. Now, this is the Imperial Commander 2 app. It is very similar. A lot of you probably know about the Legends of the Alliance app. This is the way to play the game, the campaigns in solo mode or co-op, but I know a lot of people play the campaign solo as a solo game just because it's really hard to find people who have a shared interest in the game and are willing to come over or host and logistics and all that. So a lot of people like to play the game solo. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be playing solo as the Rebels. But instead of using Legend of the Alliance, I thought let's use this fan-made app, Imperial Commander 2, if you haven't heard of it. It's really great. And the reason for that is it lets you play through the regular campaigns as if they were an app campaign. And those who have the app will probably know there's only 3 campaigns that comes with the official app, and that's the core set, Hoth, Battle for Hoth, or Return to Hoth, and Jabba's Realm. And then you've got the 2 raid maps, and that's it. They did not make app campaigns for all the other campaigns. So I'm going to be I'm going to try and play through all the campaigns if I can. I'm expecting these are going to be a little bit on the longer side for videos because I'm going to be having to control everything, including the app and all the pieces. So I know this is going to probably be about an hour more, probably more, especially this one since I'm doing this rambling intro. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I decided let's start off with, instead of starting off with the core campaign, let's start off with one of the expansions that is not in the official app. So we're going to be doing Heart of the Empire campaign today. This is going to be fun because this is actually one I haven't played in a while. I think it's been a couple of years now, or at least a few years. It came out back in 2018, and it's definitely been a few years since I've played this campaign. I have played all of the campaigns already. I've played them all multiple times. I played this campaign with a group of friends when it first came out. I think as the Imperial player, and then I played a lot of these solo, actually with pen and paper. I did it in college. I had graph paper, and I was just drawing out the missions, and I was playing solo between classes with the dice app and writing everything down in pencil. It's crazy, but that was a lot of fun. But I'm going to be playing this, and we're going to be using, for each campaign, I'm going to use the heroes that came out for that campaign. Otherwise, and then I'm going to fill in with whatever, probably a core set hero, so I don't spoil the other campaign's heroes. And then for everything else, I'm going to be using it as if I have everything unlocked, because that's more fun. And I'm going to be kind of going through. I've not used Imperial Commander 2, really. I've kind of toyed around with it in the past, but I'm going to be kind of learning it. I've played with it now to prep for these videos. And also I want to mention that the app is quite taxing on my current system. having OBS and the app and Vassal running is causing a little bit of lag, I'm noticing. I do have a newer computer coming in soon since my old computer died, but and hopefully that will make things a little smoother, but you'll probably know some lagging, and hopefully that's temporary and we'll fix that. But anyway, that's a lot of talking. Let's get into the campaign here. So I'm going to be kind of giving you a quick tour of the app. And then as you can see, I've got my vassal windows open. I'm not going to be using TTS, Tabletop Simulator, because as you can probably already guess, if just the Imperial Commander 2 app is already taxing, you can imagine what trying to run the app and Tabletop Simulator and OBS at the same time would do to my computer. That would probably be like 0.2 frames per second frame rate. But anyway, let's get into it. So this is not going to be a tutorial on how to use Imperial Commander 2. I'm going to go into the new campaign. We're going to go... I've already made a couple test ones just to make sure everything's running, but I haven't actually gone through the mission yet. Oh, okay. So we're going to select our heroes. So like I said, we're going to do the heroes corresponding to the campaign we're running. So we're going to do Drakata, Jared, and Ko-Tun. And I do quite like these heroes. And then for our fourth filler, I'm going to go with my favorite hero in the whole campaign, Jin Odan. She's a lot of fun to play. Here, I have to pick their weapons. Starting weapons. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's kind of confusing. All right, let's do it. Almost there. Oh, yeah, okay. So difficulty. I'm going to do it on hard difficulty. I'm going to play all these on hard. I'm not going to turn on adaptive difficulty. From what I have heard, that makes things kind of insane. Like it just keeps ramping up the threat the more you kill. So, all right, here we go. Dark Recon. So, I'm going to read off the opening crawl here. Heart of the Empire. As the Empire grows ever more powerful, the Rebel Alliance constantly seeks a weakness in the galactic juggernaut. Invaluable to these efforts are the reconnaissance missions undertaken on Coruscant, the Ecumenopolis capital of the Empire. Danger lurks in the shadows of the city. A recent rebel team sent word of a powerful artifact being sought as a weapon by agents of the Empire before they went missing, presumed captured. Now a new team of heroes races through the hyperspace into the heart of the Empire itself to find more about this mysterious artifact and continue the mission of their comrades. Alright, so here we are. And I'm going to bring this down. And we're going to slide into our map here. Alright, so all this has been set up already. I went ahead and set this up so you don't have to watch me. We've got everything deployed. The nice thing here is you can zoom out and look at the map, see where they're supposed to be. We've got a stormtrooper, an officer, and a probe droid. And here's our mission. I'm going to change all the... This is kind of weird that it's in second person, especially since you're watching me play. So I'm going to change all this flavor text to third person. They fly over the busy streets of Coruscant toward a rendezvous point with a group of local contacts claiming to have information on the missing rebel team's mission. The tall skyscrapers of the planet city loom over them as their speeder descends toward their landing place. An old diner crates lie strewn about, and the informants huddle in the dark corners of the streets. Upon landing, their hearts sink when they realize their communications with their contacts must have been intercepted. A group of stormtroopers rushes out to greet them. They draw their weapons, hoping they can still get good intel out of their informants. Alright, so the speeder is going to be our deployment point. Let's minimize this. The doors are locked. the neutral mission markers are the informants, and I went ahead and put down these cool little custom tokens that are available in Vassal as the informants. If there are no Imperial figures adjacent to an informant, hero can interact with that informant and test insight or strength to interrogate it. During the test, they can suffer one strain to reroll a die. Hero can spend 2 win points to push an adjacent informant 1 space. I don't know why you would push them. Interesting. When a hero withdraws, okay, so you're incapacitated, so you can still move even if you are withdrawn. So if you're defeated twice, you'd be withdrawn. The mission will progress when the heroes have interrogated 2 informants and they lose at the end of round 6 or when all heroes are wounded. So there's our mission. We need to interact with these 2 of these 3 informants. Also, as I was clicking around, I noticed that there was a bonus award if you finish the mission before round 7. So it's kind of neat that that's public information. And then there's a mission log as well. Moving on to our heroes, like I said, we've got Drakata, Jared, Ko-Tun, and Jin Odan. I've set up the supply deck and item decks using all of the available cards in the expansions. However, since we are playing in a app campaign setting, I've gone ahead and removed these supply cards from the deck, as you are instructed to do so by the Legends of the Alliance rulebook. So if you read the rulebook, it'll tell you you're supposed to take these cards out of the supply deck before you play. So I just wanted to show these off, but I'm going to go ahead and delete these now so we don't have to deal with them. And then we'll zoom back out. All right, so I need to deploy my starting heroes. And I'm going to share my logic for deployment here. So I've got a melee figure, a blast figure, a support figure, and a quick draw figure. That's how I'm going to think about them for this purpose. I want my melee figure to be up close, so I'm going to put them... I do have to deploy, again, adjacent to any of these blue spaces. So I'm going to put Jared there. I think what I'm probably going to want to do is have Drakata activate first and try to get some blast damage between the probe droid and the officer before either of them activates and moves away. I want Jin to be able to quick draw as many targets as possible. So if I put her here, I can see all 3 stormtroopers when they activate, as long as Drakata doesn't get too much in the way. And that leaves Ko-Tun, who I could either put here or here. If I put her here, she can go after that crate and still have an action remaining just by strain moving. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Let's see. Use the start of interview activation. You gain another thing within 3 spaces. Okay, so yeah, she can reach pretty far with that ability to give out power tokens. She's also great because of stockpile, which works on herself. So she's one of the best characters to be going through crates because you get to draw extra supply cards. Before we start, I should mention that there are errata that I have found. So Drakata, even though it says limit once per activation on her demolish ability, it's actually been errated to say use during your activation. So she can't do it like on another figure's activation like it would suggest in the wording here. And then Ko-Tun I found was also errated. So the stockpile ability, the way it's worded, would suggest that you draw an additional supply card in addition to the one that you normally get. But that was errated to say instead of the supply card you would normally draw, you draw 5 and choose 1. So, all right, so I think we're good. Got everybody deployed. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Oh yeah, so you'll notice also in the real mission, the top half of the map would be visible, but I noticed that in the app campaign version, Imperial Commander 2, they actually hide the rest of the map behind these locked doors. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that concealed up there. And we'll wait and see what's behind those doors before I reveal that. All right, I think it's time to start us off. So let's see. What did I say? And I want to say again, I am trying to do everything myself. This is normally a 4-player game that I am playing 1 player. In addition to managing the recording software, my audio levels, and the app itself. So if I may make a mistake here or there, it's a lot for me to keep track of. Feel free to tell me in the comments when I do something wrong. I'm not gonna be super bothered by it. I'm gonna do my best, but we'll see what we can do here. Okay, so I said I was gonna go with Drakata, but now that I'm thinking about things, I could go with, maybe I should go with Jared first to get Jax into play and get that Pierce 1 bonus, so that Drakata can actually use the dispersal shot ability more freely, and I can get get a free kill on the officer. And the blasts won't kill the Jax. It's got 4 health, so I could actually go with Jared. Activate, kill this stormtrooper, and then go for the probe droid there. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and just hope that the stormtroopers activate before the officer or the probe droid. So let's go with that. We're going to start off with droid mastery. So I'm going to take 2 strain. And let's see. Immediately before your activation, we'll put Jax into play in an adjacent space. And then he'll activate. So we'll put Jax into play. Adjacent space. And then, let's see, I guess we'll have Jax go for the probe droid. Probe droid is 5 health, right? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. 5 health. So that's the nice thing about this app too, is you don't need to bring out any of your deployment cards, which is very convenient. I really like that they did that. You can just see what they're going to do. So I did that by right-clicking on the droid's portrait. So it does have 5 health, so I don't think Drakata would be able to defeat it directly with 2 attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and move. I guess I should move here so I'm adjacent to both the Stormtrooper and the Probe Droid to give that Pierce 1 bonus. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack the Probe Droid. Let's see. There we go. Targeting. Adjacent to apply Pierce 1. Well, another. Okay, so it doesn't count itself, but it does give automatic Pierce 1, so that's kind of nice. So blue die and a red die. I'm going to remember to roll it in the right spot. Blue die and a black die, excuse me. And -1 block. So let's see, you get Surge for +1. So I'm doing 2, so 1 damage to the probe droid. There we go. Alright, so that's Jax. And now we're going to go with Jared. Let's drag this down here. So I think what I'm going to do is strain move. So I can take a strain for 1 movement point, and I can do that up to twice per activation. So now I still have both my actions. I'm going to go ahead and attack this Stormtrooper here. And we're attacking with the Vibro Claws. 2 yellow, so 3, 4. He's got, and we're doing Pierce 1 thanks to Jax on the assist. Oops. I got a single block, but I didn't roll it in the right spot. There we go. Alright, so we got Surge for Pierce 2 or Surge for gain 1 damage power token. We're already getting Pierce 1, so we don't need the Pierce 2. So we'll go ahead and get a power token. Let's see, is it in the same spot? Unfortunately, the hotkeys are different between the skirmish and the campaign modules. Here, power token 1. 0? Or O? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we gain a power token, and we're going to do 1 damage to the Stormtrooper, and then I'll go ahead and attack it again. Oh no, it's 2 damage. I did 2 damage there. So I'll go ahead and attack it again. I'm not going to spend my power token because it looks like I can probably do enough to deal 1 more damage to get the kill. I did it again. I rolled the you rolled the triple block. There we go. So I do get the Pierce from Jax, and it looks like I'm going to get Pierce 2 for my Surge, and I'll get to do 2 damage and get a power token again. So let's see, how do I get another power token? P. There we go, and the Stormtrooper is defeated. I'm just going to put him down here. And I can take 1 more strain to move, but I don't really want to move next to the probe droid, and I can't move into the difficult terrain, so I'm actually just going to finish up there. So that's Jax. So let's see what my our officer activation is going to, or our next activation look like. And unfortunately, it looks like the officer is going to be activating. I could hair trigger this with Jin, but it's kind of far for green. I think I'd rather let one of these Stormtroopers activate first and quick draw them. Plus, the officer might not move, so let's see what he does. Order. Another Imperial figure with a figure cost 3 or less that can perform attack attacks Jin Odan. 3 or less. Okay, well, the probe droid can't see Jin, so we're going to have this Stormtrooper attack her. And let's see. Oops. Oh, interesting. I cannot view the Stormtrooper's information while the officer's up, so that's kind of annoying. But luckily I know it by heart already. 3. Alright, so 1 damage goes through onto Jin. This figure did not use order, move 3 to attack. Otherwise, move 1 to attack Jin. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. Move 1. So I think when you move 1 to attack, you move towards the rebels. You can't attack Jin. You can only attack Drakata or Jared or Ko-Tun. I think we're going to go with the optimal thing, and I think Drakata would be the one because Jared has the defense bonus. Yeah, we'll just say go for Drakata since Drakata is also the closest to Jin Odan. So that's how we'll logic that one out. Okay. So attacking Drakata. Looks like we're going to do Surge +2 accuracy. We don't need it. So when you're doing surges, you go in order that they're listed. So the first one would be Surge +2 accuracy. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't change anything. So we're going to skip that. And we're going to do Surge for +1 damage. So Drakata is going to take 2 damage here. And then Cower. If adjacent to another Imperial figure, recover 1 damage. The adjacent non-focused Imperial figure with higher figure cost becomes focused. Okay, so we're going to focus the probe droid. And that is going to be the end of the officer's activation. And I should mark these. So we activated him and we've defeated a Stormtrooper. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and continue with our plan with Drakata. This kind of complicates things because I cannot see the probe droid anymore. Oh no, I can, actually. From the bottom left, I can draw a line of sight. So let's bring Drakata's card down. Hello. There we go. So Drakata. Let's see, we've got blue, red, surge for +2. This is a range 3 shot. I mean, we might as well move up 1 space just to make sure we don't miss on range. Because she doesn't have a reroll, so Yeah, we're gonna move one, and then we're going to attack the probe droid. And so the boomer grenade launcher is red and blue, and dispersal shot is wall attacking, so we do get to see the dice first. Oh, actually that's pretty good for us. So what we're gonna do here, we didn't get any surges. We're gonna use that dispersal shot to decrease the damage by 1 and give us an extra surge. So that way we can trigger blast 1. So we're going to do, because our goal here is to get blast 2 to do 2 damage to the officer, and then use demolish to do the final damage to kill the officer while dealing damage to this probe droid. And maybe our goal should be to kill the probe droid. Oh, that's right, we get Pierce 1 from Jax. I almost forgot. So we're actually doing 2 damage, which leaves the probe droid on 2 health left. So yeah, I think that's correct. And then let's do it again. Yeah, I think that's the correct move. Should be able to deal 2 damage. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. Ooh. Okay, so now we've got an interesting thing here. We're doing... Well, wait. Oh, we are doing 2 damage. Oh, you know what? We can actually do it. Jax is saving the day for us here, and Jax should also have taken 1 damage from the blast. Since Jax is giving us Pierce 2, we are doing 2 damage, and we can decrease that to get blast 1 again. That will leave the probe droid and the officer with 1 health left, and then we'll just use demolish to deal the last point of damage. So we're going to be doing 1 damage here to the probe droid, and things are slowing down. Wow, it's the minus plus modifiers that are really lagging. Okay, and then we're going to use this demolish ability. So Dracata will take 2 strain. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, the strain is being marked here on the figure. Oh, I just realized that is not a good place to put the hero sheet. It's actually being covered up by the player area. Let's see. Let's put this guy up here and move this over here. Oops. I thought I had turned that off. Okay, there. Now you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. Sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, so now we'll go ahead and use the demolish ability. And like I said, we're tracking strain on the figures. So place rubble. So I can place it anywhere within 3 spaces. I don't actually need line of sight. What I don't want to do is block myself off with this difficult terrain too much. But I can always go around it. So I think I'll put it right on top of the droid. That's going to do 1... Oh, no, I don't want to do that because that would damage Jax. So let's actually put it right here. And that will defeat the officer and the probe droid. So we can mark him as defeated and defeat the officer. And that's going to be it for Dracata. So pretty good opener there. And now it's going to be the Imperial Computer's activation. And of course we know who they're going to activate. So I forget how it works when choosing the order, but I think it's the Imperial rule. You just choose the one that's worst for the rebels. Out of these 2, I don't think it really matters. But we'll say, which one would I care least about killing? I don't know. Probably I want to kill this one more, I think. Before it gets away. So we'll activate this one first. The first figure in this group becomes attack, add 1 green die to the attack pool. So it's going to activate. Do I want a hair trigger with Jin? Yeah, I think I will hair trigger. So that's Jin. Oh, quick draw. It's a quick draw in campaign. And I'll perform an attack. So let's see, we've got Surge for +1 damage. So that's going to do 3 damage. So nice. KO. Okay. And then next one will activate. Looks like it's going to go for Ko-Tun. Move 4. I'm going to go with minimum range rules. So when you go to an attack, you move it up to the minimum range it needs to make the attack, which in this case will be right here. 1, 2, 3. Because it's rolling a blue and a green, so we know it can always make the range from there. And attacking Ko-Tun. Doesn't get squad training. Oh, by the way, this also shows you which abilities on the card you're supposed to ignore. So in this case, Stormtroopers are not getting squad training. But I should have added a green die, so I'm going to roll one more green die there. Because this is the first figure attacking. And looks like we're going to be doing Surge for +1, so 4 damage to Ko-Tun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then move 2 to reposition 4. So for those that don't know, when it says reposition X, you are attempting to move it to a spot that is that many spaces away from the most number of rebels with that many movement points. So if we go here, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 is away from Ko-Tun. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it actually would go up here, because that way it's 4 spaces away from Jin and 4 spaces away from Ko-Tun. That satisfies the greatest number. And interestingly enough, it put it in a really nice spot, blocking this informant from me. So AI doing some emergent behavior there. Oh, reposition target. Oh, be adjacent to an informant. Okay, there we go. So they got it. The programmers for this app, know what they're doing. All right, so we defeated one of the stormtroopers there. We've still got Ko-Tun and Jin. Jin has used her, what do you call it? Her ability, but I guess it doesn't matter. I need to get a drink. Yeah, I knew they was going to be long. So our informants require an insight or a strength test to interrogate. My best figures for that are Ko-Tun and Drakata. But I also want Ko-Tun to get the box. Let's see. Oh, well, you know what? If I have Jin pick up this box, then I still get to use stockpile because it's within 3 spaces. Because it's with the figure is within 3 spaces, not the crate. So let's go with Jin. I'm actually not going to bother tracking it here. I'm just going to track it on the app. It's easier that way. And Jin's going to go, let's see, we could move. I think the best way to do this is to strain move 2. And then open the crate and then rest. So let's do that. You rummage through the supplies, take whatever seems useful, draw a supply card, and you gain 1 med pack. So, by the way, okay, so with the way that the RAD is worded, since it says instead of drawing your supply card, I believe you only get to use stockpile when the app gives you a supply card, and it doesn't always do that. So it's kind of lame, but we'll just work with that. But we did get a supply card here. So what do we get to do? We get to look at the top 5 and choose one. So let's see what we get. We've got shield pack, a Bacta infusion, shock grenade, supercharger, or flash bomb. This has also been errated, so it depletes when you use it. So that's the flash bomb is a single use. We don't really need it since we have Drakata to do that. Can get some extra surge with the turbocharger. Shield pack's really good. During our activation, gains 1 block. This is 1 block each turn. I think that might be our card. This one does Recover 3 for free. I don't like the shock grenade because it takes an action. I think I'm going to take the shield pack here. And then I think the rest of these get shuffled back in. Yeah, these get shuffled. Flip, 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 flip. R, 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 R. And then I think it auto shuffles. Okay, so I'm going to use my shield pack here, and I can give a block token to anybody within 3 spaces. Which, I mean, Ko-Tun's wounded, or taking damage, so I think we should probably give it to her. Although she can give herself block token, so actually let's give it to Jin since she's the squishiest. How do I do that? Oh yeah, oh. Oops. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and rest, so she is ready to quick draw again. Discard the crate. Oh, and we got a med pack, so that's nice. So, I forgot to mention that in the app campaign, you cannot rest to heal damage like you can. So like if you had 0 strain and you rested, you would recover the difference in damage. It doesn't work like that here. Instead, you get med packs, which are a limited quantity. Although I don't know why. How come I didn't go up? I thought I had one already. Anyway, so you have to spend a med pack to recover 5 damage in addition to recovering all your strain. So that's a limited resource. Otherwise, it would be, you could probably cheese the computer pretty easily. All right, so now we're going to just go with Ko-Tun, and we're going to do stockpile. Oh no, arms distribution, which does cost a strain. And she can give, you can gain a power token, and then another figure gains a power token as well. We're going to give a power token to Drakata, so to help charge up her attacks, and then we're going to get a block token like we mentioned we were going to. And then I'm going to go ahead and strain move over to this crate. Go ahead and grab it. We do get a supply card and another med pack. I'm going to check because I had 1 med pack before, so I should have 2 now. But let's go ahead and see what we get. We're going to draw the top 5. Painkillers, grappling hook, another shock grenade, another flash bomb, and an adrenal stem. I do like adrenal stem quite a bit. Grappling hook, to place your figure in empty space within 3 spaces, single use. I mean, that is pretty useful, especially on a mission like this. But adrenal stem's always so good. Although you can cross the overpass, so there's this big overpass here. So actually, the grappling hook might actually be really good here. It could also be used to get through this difficult terrain. I'm actually going to take the grappling hook. I don't think I've ever taken this before. But yeah, let's flip the rest of these over. And send them back to the supply deck. Okay, gain 1 med pack. Why is my med pack not going up? Oh, I have to increase them manually. Okay, there we go. So I should have 3 because I know I started with 1. All right, I need to take a break. I will be right back.